Hey YouTube, I'm Al, and this week I want to talk about overdrive pedals. Now I've currently got 4 overdrive pedals on my pedal board, so I want to compare them, just the gain structure, the compression, the way they feel under the fingers, if you know what I mean, if they feel to me to be better for rhythm or lead, or rather the way I would use that pedal. So let's have a look at them. So, ignore the guitar neck, I'm using it to point at my pedals. The first pedal is the Boss SD1, which is a kind of a, it's widely known as the Boss equivalent to a tube screamer, so it's that sort of thing. The second one is this, turn the light off so you can see it better, is the Electronic MojoMojo, which is a kind of a transparent overdrive pedal. The third one is the D&M Drive by Keeley. That's an overdrive this side and a boost that side. I'm just going to be looking at the overdrive side because it's a damn good overdrive in its own right. And fourth is this little bugger, the Mooer Hustle Drive, which is rumoured to be based on a full-tone OCD. So, those are the 4 pedals. Now, I'm going to take you through a few sounds and what I like to use them for, what I think they're good for and what they're less good at. So, here we go. So, let's start with SD1. So it's very throaty, it's very compressed, it's really good for single note stuff, so if I'm going... especially on the G string. Still sounds quite open, but there is kind of a throaty, mid-humpy, kind of like a sizzle, but there's a compression thing that it does that I really like. So you can definitely feel the way it bounces back. So it's good for rhythm, you know, the big chord thing, but it's also good for the leads, but in a solo boost kind of way. It's quite saturated sounding. So next going to move on to the Electronic MojoMojo. Now this is a kind of a cleanish, I'm not going to use the word transparent overdrive, but everyone does, but you know what I mean. It's a dynamic kind of open sounding gain. It's very different from the SD1. It's a lot more natural sounding. Yeah, lots of dynamics really. I mean, so you can hear it's really there's a lot less gain there. I'll turn the gain up a little bit. The drive's quite low, so compared to the SD1. Like the clarity with this pedal. of a Les Paul, I think of huge chords and the whole thing just shines through. And that's what this pedal does. So again, that's a very sort of different, it's a different sort of gain. So the third pedal we're going into is the D&M Drive from Keeley. So again, that's a really big sounding overdrive, but it's kind of strident. It's very... When you think of Gibson, you do think these big chords, Les Pauls and big balls, you know. So it's very much its own sort of thing. For lead, it's sort of, it's alright. I've got the gain set quite low, to be fair. It's not great for lead. Or rather, that's not how I'm using it. I'm using it more as a biter. Good for that broken up sound though. So that's the D&M Drive. That's a really expensive pedal, to be fair. I mean, the SD1 is about 80 quid new, probably. It's about 40-50 quid second hand. The Atisa Electronic I got second hand for about 30 quid. The D&M Drive is significantly more than that. They're about 200 new, and I got it for a lot less than that second hand, but still a lot of money. So I just wanted to see how that sounds. Again, it's got a boost side in the D&M Drive, which I don't know. We're not going to get to that this video because I've already done a video on boost. That's a different topic. But the drive side is a good pedal within itself, to be honest. A little bit more gain. Tone down slightly. It's fattened up a little bit. So that sort of stuff. And last but not least, we're going on to the Mooer Hustle Drive. So, here we go. Oh, let's do some clean actually. Right, that's enough of that. setting, so it's less compressed and it's more dynamic. So that's the Overdrive. Again, it's I'd say it's sort of in between the D&M Drive and the SD. I'll make that clearer. It's in between the Keeley and the Boss. It's got that sort of throaty compression thing that the Boss does, which I really like, but it's feels a bit more open, like the TC. Let's do that little thing with the Boss, and then I'll do the TC, etc. So here's the Boss. Do that again, but less crap. And Overdrive. Let's do some chords with each. So there you have it. There's a quick look at the overdrives I've currently got on my pedal board. As I said, I like to use different overdrives for different occasions. If I'm going for a Strat, I might use the SD1 because it's got more of a mid boost and it fills it out a bit more. If I go for something like a Les Paul, I might go for the more dynamic, open, maybe even less gainy overdrives because they're humbuckers rather than single coils. I might gain stack them. I might put the SD1 on and then have like MojoMojo or something over the top. Probably would be that one because it's lower gain. Just to give it a bit more of a push. I mean, there's lots of different ways of doing it. So those are the 4 overdrives I use, and hopefully you can hear a difference in the structures of the gain and kind of get where I'm coming from as to how they react, how they feel under the fingers, what works with them, what doesn't quite work with them, where things come out, where you can't quite squeeze out the notes and where they just sing. So that's how I use the different overdrives. And that's why they're all on my pedal board at the moment, because I like dicking about with cheap overdrives, to be honest. So, thank you very much for watching. You can like, subscribe, all that bollocks if you want to. My name's Al, and until then, I'll see you next week. So, bye.
Bye!